What's up, Get Fit fam? It's your boy Allende. Welcome back to Authentic Alphas. Today we're going to be doing another fitness video. I know you guys don't prioritize those, but if you want to get more bitches, you got to get more muscles. All right, so today we're going to be doing back. It's going to be a back day. I'm focusing primarily on width, so we're targeting the latissimus dorsi as well as the teres major. Girth I like to do on a separate day, although they kind of do overlap to an extent. So the back is really tricky, but personally I like to think that I'm separating my width days, which are focusing on bringing things down, from my girth days, which are focusing on bringing things towards me. All right, so like I said, today we're doing primarily lats, so there's going to be some pull down variations involved. Let me see if you can get that pull down bar in there. So there's going to be some pull down variations, some pull over variations, probably some single hand pull down and pull over variations. Why not? I'll probably throw a nice little finisher in there that you've never seen before. That's actually pretty cool. It's a lot of chest as well as back involved in there. There's nothing wrong with making the muscles work together. That's how you grow. So anyhow, stay tuned. I'm sure you're gonna learn something, but for a lot of guys, width is an area where they suffer in. They don't have that width to them, that manly, proportion where you're just taking up space. Also, the V taper needs to start from the widest point and go down to your waist. So you gotta put some width there if you want to get that V look to you. So it's gonna be very valuable in that sense. Girth, I think is something that it's a little bit more advanced. Maybe people that are trying to be overly aesthetic might be having that issue. But for the average guy, especially for the beginners, I think width is where you need to concentrate first. And we create width with a combination of traps, shoulders, and the lats. So the entire back is not what's going to give you width. Just the lats in general is what's going to give you width. The entire shoulder is not what's going to give you width, but the lateral head of the shoulder is what's going to give you the appearance of the width. And then also the traps, they help by giving you this going into your neck, which of course creates more width. So more of a diamond, actually, a diamond going up to your head, coming to the point of your shoulders, and then the other point would be your waist. So actually, I think a diamond is what we're looking for. We say V taper all the time, but diamond for me, because I think traps are very important, and you do want to have a big, strong neck. All right, you want a wide jaw and you want a strong neck. All right, guys. So anyhow, stay tuned. We're gonna start off with some lat pull downs, but it's a particular variation that I'm gonna do with the lat pull down, which focuses on the teres major. So I'm not even really gonna be going into the latissimus dorsi right away. So matter of fact, let's get started with that now. And on back days, yes, I do recommend that you have straps. For you guys that don't even know how to put them on. All right, so if you're looking at the strap, this should be going into your diagonally. So if it's going the other way, you got it wrong. But yes, straps do help a lot with back day, because what happens is your back should be much stronger than your hands. And if you're pulling correctly, you will put most of the tension towards your back and not your bicep. So that's a key point that I should probably start off with right now, because one of the biggest mistakes that guys make when doing back is they pull with their arms. And I know that sounds crazy because you're like, well, what do you pull with, Allende? But what I'm saying is, when you're doing back movements, do not start the movement like this. If you start the movement like this, you're using your bicep. You start the movement like this. All right, so this movement right here shouldn't be the beginning. This should be the end. The first thing should be pulling with your back. So you pull with your back, and then you finish off by contracting the bicep. All right, so remember, the muscle that you contract first is the muscle that's going to take majority of the load. So what happens is, if you're pulling like this, if you're starting like this, notice I contracted my bicep long before I contracted anything in my back. So what's going to happen is it's obviously going to limit what you can pull, because you're only going to be able to pull as much as your bicep can handle. Whereas if you start with your back, the back is going to get most of it, and then the bicep helps to finish it off. Now, if you don't correct this error, what's going to happen is you're going to limit your back development, and all that's going to improve is your bicep. Now, with that being said, if you train properly and you train your back properly and maximize on your back exercises, you actually don't even have to do bicep. I know guys love arm day and all that other stuff, but all the studies show that your bicep is activated equally on back days as it is just an arm day or just a bicep day. Therefore, you're better off focusing on the back because it's a lot harder to develop than arms. All right, so that's enough of that. Let's get into it. All right, so I want you guys to pay attention to what my limitation here is with this movement. Now, normal lat pull, you'd be pulling, straight to the chest and contracting the back and all like that. And notice I start pulling with my back first. All right, so I'm doing it in slow-mo. Notice how I pull with my back first. Back, then I contract. A lot of guys do this. A lot of guys do this on the lat pull down. All right, but today what we're doing is we're going to start off by warming up the teres major by just doing this. Again, I'm starting with my back. And if you just do this and pull the bar to the top of your head, you're going to feel an amazing contraction at the top part of your lat, right around your shoulder blade area. So I'm just engaging that because, I want that area to be nice and lumpy and bumpy, but we are going to get into some straight up lat movements. All right, so you can do this by just doing this, 3 or 4 sets, or you can do a combination by just hitting this 1, 2, 1, 2. So whichever you prefer, guys. I like to just isolate one and just do one first. All right, so that's what that's gonna look like. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit 4 sets of that. Then we'll do some lat pull downs, but how I'm gonna do my lat pull downs is like this. And let me tell you why real quick. So I'm gonna do these reverse grip lat pull downs because you get much more of a stretch when your hand is out in front of you. All right, and that's what I'm looking for because I want my lats to be wider. I want wider wings. So I'm gonna pull it from here. Let it go back here. Pull. Let it go back here. Pull. Now, I'm gonna show you one more thing. For you guys that are more fortunate and fortunate enough to have a training partner, let me show you another little trick real quick. I don't have a training partner with me today, so I can't take advantage of it. But for you guys who do, check it out right here. So what you want to do is, see that weight stack? Let me lessen this weight just for, all right, so let's say you have a training partner. What you want to do is, when you pull this down and contract, that's all good. But when you let it go back up and you're stretching, you have somebody push down on it. Push down on it so that it increases the weight in the stretch. So, that's the best I can show you here without a training partner, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. When the weight is going back down, you have someone push on the weight to increase the tension so that you're getting more of a stretch. All right, guys? In other words, they're putting more weight than you'd be able to lift and contract, but that extra weight is going to give you a phenomenal stretch, help you to grow.
Alright guys, so we did the pull down variation for the teres major. We did reverse grip, pull downs, underhand. And now we're to the pullovers, which is just another opportunity to get a good stretch in the lat, also a good contraction. So I want you to pay attention to the form, the rhythm, the movement, because it's another exercise that I see people doing incorrectly more often than not.
All right, guys. Next, I'm gonna get into this hammer strength iso lateral front lat pull down, and I'm using this machine for a specific reason. I tell you guys that in every exercise lineup, you should have at least one exercise in that that's going to give you the opportunity to safely overload. Meaning move as much weight as you possibly can with that body group without risk of injury, right? Without a possibility of you hurting yourself. So anyhow, I'm relying on this bad boy to be able to get what's, let me see, 45 and 45 is 90. So what, 135? So yeah, be able to pull 135 pounds with each lat individually. And of course we can ramp that up some more, but right now, don't have to go too heavy, all right? So I know a lot of you guys are going to the gym and doing like multiple things because logically you think that makes the most sense. You're like, oh, let me go in there and let me do one set on each back machine, or let me do 3 sets on these 5 different exercises. And yeah, I really made sure I got a good workout because I did such a variety of things. No, that's not the best thing to do. It's a waste of time, it's a waste of energy, it's a waste of effort. What you want to do is you want to find 3 to 4 exercises that hit you the best, where you feel it the most, where you get the most contraction in the muscle, the most mind-muscle connection. If you're just doing a variety of dumb shit, the things that are working the least, you could have used that time and energy to do more sets of an exercise that actually is working for you. So what I'm trying to say is have a plan. Don't just go in there and randomly do a bunch of stuff because you don't know what the hell you're doing. Decide what you're doing before you step into that. Same thing with chicks. A lot of guys, like, they go interact with a woman and they're trying to do something with a woman, but they don't have an actual plan. Yeah, I get it. You want to sleep with her, but do you have a plan, bro? So same way you should have a plan for a date is the same way you need to plan your gym dates. You need to plan your workouts. Make sure that you have some type of structure to what the hell it is that you're going to go in there and do. You know what exercises you're going to do, how many sets, and you know why you're doing each individual exercise. So like I told you, I'm doing this because it's an isolateral. It means it's isolating the latissimus dorsi muscle, and also because of the setup of the machine, it allows me to put a lot of weight and safely pull it. I'm either going to pull it or I'm not, but I'm not going to hurt myself. All right, guys? So let's get into it. Now, obviously, you could do this bilaterally and use both your arms, but me personally, I like to do this with one arm at a time. Just makes more sense to me because I can kind of pivot to the side and get more of a stretch.
All right, guys, so this is going to be the last movement. It's going to be pretty much a finisher. What you're going to do is set your shit up the way you see me set up. You turn around, put your back to this fucking grate. Get your back up against this here. And you're going to do a single hand lat pull down. So, like this. And you're going to use a good amount of weight. And you're going to go ahead and let your wrist supinate. So at the top, your wrist should be facing your, the back of your hand should be facing your back. And as you pull down, the front of your hand should be facing your face. So just turn the wrist as you pull it down. All right, Get Fit fam, that's pretty much it for this back tutorial. It's all lats, a little bit of Terry's major, but all that good shit works together. So try it on your next back day. Get wider, bro. Bigger is better. And what we're trying to prevent is being that dude that's in the gym lifting the same amount of weight as the chicks. You don't want to be that guy. That guy was right over there when I was on the hammer strength. The chick was doing a hack squat variation with 2 plates and a quarter, or a plate and a quarter, and the dude was working out with her, and he's about 6 foot, 6'1". She's about 5'5", and all he added was 2 10 plates to each side. Or sorry, he added 2 10 plates, 1 10 plate to each side. So he added 20 pounds of what she was pushing. Bro, you do not want to be that guy, because that puts you in the same category as earning as much as the chick. You want to make the same amount of money as a girl? You want to lift the same amount of weight? You might as well be a girl too. You might as well get tampons and pads and, you know what I'm saying, all that bullshit just like her. So push yourself. Some dude was in the comments talking about, if it's all about looks, then I guess it's over for me. Talk about miss the point. Fitness is something that we all have control over. A fat broad is not a fat broad because of circumstances. A fat broad is a fat broad because she's lazy and she keeps eating. Okay? So if you're out of shape, it's because of you. Don't tell me about it. This is all about looks. From your neck to your ankles, you have control over that. All right? Whatever face you got, thank your mama and your daddy. Okay? But as far as the shape that you're in, your fitness, that's up to you. Yeah, some guys have better genetics. Okay, great, good job. Some people are born into money also. That doesn't mean you can't make your own money from scratch, from the bottom to the top. And just because you don't have the best genetics in the world doesn't mean you can't lower your body fat percentage and add some fucking muscle. All right? So all the excuse makers and all the whiners and scapegoaters and justificators, bro, take your ass to another channel, bro. It doesn't even much matter at this point. All right? I'm already shadow banned on YouTube, so I ain't tripping over the sub count. But if you're going to be on that sissy shit, find another channel, bro. Don't come here for entertainment. All right? Come here to make some gains. All right? So Get Fit fam. Here's another one.
get your motherfucking back wide. That's what it is. Other than that, I'm out of here. Let's keep it authentic. Peace.